Good morning, everyone. May I request Mr. Ongab to please lead the prayer? Okay, class Biddle, please check the attendance for today. Thank you. So, how are you doing, class? Is everyone having a great day? That's good to hear. So, can someone recall our topic last meeting? Yes, Mr. Badeo. That's correct. Can anyone enumerate these types? Mr. Ongab, what are these types? Okay, so those are some types of poetry. Thank you, Mr. Ongab. So, we're going to have an exercise before we start with our discussion. I have here a poem entitled Earth Day. What you're going to do is recite this poem in different ways. I have prepared flashcards and different expressions such as angry, sad, happy, and scared. You have to portray this while reading. You should keep an eye also to the flashcards because I will flip it while you're reading. Is the instructions clear? Okay, let's start. That was great, right? Anyone would like to share their thoughts about the game? Please raise your hands. Yes, Miss Delverio. Thank you, Miss Delverio. I hope that it helps keeping you awake because today we're going to discuss an epic entitled Life of Lamang, or in Tagalog, Bihag ni Lamang. First, let's get to know the author of this famous Philippine epic, Pedro Bucanig. Born on March 1592, was a Filipino poet. He is blind since birth. He is considered the father of Ilocano literature, a street inside the cultural center of the Philippines complex in Pasay City. Philippines is named in his honor. His surname is lent to the Bucanigan, the Ilocano equivalent of Balagtasan. So, Life of Lamang is a pre-Hispanic epic poem of the Ilocano people of the Philippines. The story was handed down orally for generations before it was written down around 1640 by Pedro Bucanig. Now, I want you to read and analyze what was the message or what was the epic about. I will give you 15 minutes to read it silently and understand. Okay, everyone done reading the epic? Do you have any thoughts about the poem? Are the scenes realistic? What parts of the epic that shows it's not real? Any idea, Mr. Sudario? Yes, that's one unrealistic part of the epic, which include that Lamang is supernatural. So we have Lamang as our main character, then the other characters as well. Dunuan, Namungun, Inis Kanuyan, and Sumarang. So what kind of character do you think is Lamang? Any specific characters about him? Yes, Mr. Ungab. That's correct. Lamang has superhuman abilities that normal human beings don't possess. Now, what about the conflict of the story? Yes, Mr. Badeo. Okay. Which then, in order to resolve the problem, Lamang defied the warnings and bravely fought with the chieftain and his tribesmen, and he emerged victorious from the battle with little effort, finally avenging his murdered father. What about the theme? What do you think is the theme of the epic? Anyone would like to share their ideas? Miss Sugala. That's correct. The theme of the epic revolves around the bravery and courage of the main character portrayed by Lamang. Now, lastly, anyone would like to share the lessons you learned from the epic? Yes, Miss Dilaw. Very well said, Miss Dilaw. So, we should remember that life is full of trials and problems. We must be strong and must accept this reality. Lamang is a great person because he has a supernatural power that he used to help other people around him. and he does anything just to win the heart of the woman he loves. Did you get the idea of the epic? That's great. Okay, so for our activity for today, it will be done by group. You will be grouped into 4, and you will then choose your favorite scene in the epic and remake it through role playing. I will provide a rubrics to grade you. Your performance was really nice, class. Now, for your quiz, please answer these questions in a 1/4 sheet of paper. I'll give you 10 minutes to finish. Okay, start. 10 minutes is up. Please pass your papers in front. And for your assignment, look for stack of magazines, newspapers, or books to look through. Along with a pair of scissors, cut out words and phrases you like, and then arrange them into a brand new poetic masterpiece. Is it clear? Okay, that's all for today. Thank you and goodbye, class.